you touched on, no pun intended, you touched on people touching your hair, right? Which is also something that I don't know why, but it really happens more frequently when we know people with curly hair or afro hair. I still, even myself, I had an experience a couple of years ago when I was living in Mexico City. My son, he was 5 year old at that point in time. He has curly hair, and somebody came without even asking us and touch his head just to, because, oh, this is so different, and they wanted to feel the hair. And I remember feeling really awkward at that point in time, like something was taken away from me. And I felt a little invaded as well, because it was so sudden and all that. uh, can you comment a little bit about how you feel when those things happen? Because I've seen that happening, and I've seen that happening also in workplace, and it's definitely uh, awkward moments, right? Because we don't go around also touching everybody's hair. So there is something about it. So going through that probably a couple of times, what can you share with us in terms of how it made you feel, how you see that?
It's very interesting that, having our different ethnic backgrounds, that there's just this kind of similarity. So my son's 14 months old, and we moved to Houston last year. We relocated here, and my husband and I, of course, wanted to get involved in our neighborhood, and we went to an HOA meeting, and we were excited about it, and we took the baby, and he was maybe about 6 months at the time, and at the end of the meeting, right, we have our son in his car seat, and we have, the car seat getting ready to go. And so one of the HOA board members came up and introduced herself. And so we said hello. And she, looked at our son and complimented, how cute he was, cute baby. And then just proceeded to touch his hair and say, wow, it's so curly. And it was a shock for us. For one, like, we don't know you. And we kind of slowly pulled the baby away, like, okay, thank you. And it felt like an invasion of space, right? And it felt like I had to defend someone. And that's a very uncomfortable spot to be in, to feel like you have to be ready to defend, to say, no, please don't do that, or, you should ask permission, or just anything. So when I think about the mental weight of having to be prepared for these situations, like, I'm just going about my day. I'm going to the gas station. I'm, going shopping, anywhere that I'm going. I feel like I shouldn't have to consider, if I meet a new individual, should I be prepared for this event? My hair is a part of my identity. It's a part of my history, and there's like these invisible boundaries that every person has, and most people kind of have that idea of, people have boundaries and their own personal space, and I just won't invade that, right? Unless I'm sitting in a crowded subway. But it just seems as though when it comes to the hair, people kind of just throw that type of thing out of the window. And it also makes the question of, of worthiness. Do you not feel that I'm worthy to ask permission, right, to touch my hair? That you think, again, this is about impulse. Like, I'm just going to do this because I feel that right to do it.
It's part of who you are. It's part of your history. It's part of how you express yourself and all that. And it should be respected the same way that we we usually respect personal space as a whole, right?